What is up, my beautiful people? How we doing? What's going on? How are we? How are we? How are we? So we got that final target yesterday on Euro NZD. Remember we gave this out in the Discord. I shall show you. That's the wrong one. Here. So we gave the idea 10-2, and then it didn't actually give us an entry until a bit later on. It was given, target was set, everything was set way before time. So it's really, really clean. Real nice move there. I think it was 1-3 in the end. Yep. I did what I said I was going to do yesterday, guys, which was when we had this impulsive push through, I put my stop at that level, immediately came down, got taken out at the initial TP, but that's fine. We could have got a nice move up out of it. We didn't. So what? We took the original profit target, right? So I am in currently this trade, GJ, which again, guys, anyone that's watched this live stream before or that knows just the basis of the Keep It Simple series, which we have completely through on YouTube, would be able to locate these setups as well. These aren't like some magical, I'm not finding trades in some magical make-believe realm. Like, it's all here for you to look at just as well as everyone else. There for everyone to see. So take advantage of that. This is just a short-term low being taken out. Price down into these lows. So Euro running nicely up into the highs, and we spoke about these highs yesterday, and we said after taking these, if we create an entry area within this, we can look to sell it down. But we haven't created anything here, we've only gone up, so that's fine. So what's everyone looking at currently? UJ taking out some lows as well here. Let's have a look. Again, we marked all of this stuff up yesterday with you guys in the live stream. So you could have copied exactly what we marked up and then just followed the Keep It Simple principle. Okay, so we didn't have an entry for this. Have been there. Up to the high. Currently, there's no tap in on that. Hopefully everyone's good. We only have one viewer right now. So our partners Nessab Investment closed out another 5% for this month. Pretty good. Pretty good. Guys, we're just waiting for this to run up to the high. I'm just going to get a link for this. Okay. Right. So really quiet live stream today. Real quiet. Okay, so as far as it goes on Euro, remember we're looking at the higher time frame for context. You're looking at the context of this, and then we're looking for price action to align with our idea and the principles that we have. We're not looking for an immediate movement. Can we see this? Is that working? Let me see. Yes, perfect. Okay, great. That's awesome. See this? Great. So remember the principles that always follow every single market movement. Every single market movement, okay? So I will use it as an example from, I'm trying to find somewhere where it runs for, okay, this is fair enough here. Okay, so at every single point in the market, we have liquid, right? And we know this because it's very simple that this move creates that. Then we have a short-term point of liquidity and a longer-term point of liquidity. Now, based off of what price action is doing on a certain day, depends on what this is actually going to be reference to. So you're either going to have it as a target or you're going to have it as a point of entry. So in an upwards trend, you're of course going to look to enter at the lows, as this is reference to the lowest pricing within there. So when you look at what price is doing here, every time it puts in a low, we know there's a large institutional movement coming. And when it puts in a high, we know this is where the institutional movements are looking to go to. So most of the time, there will be a low of some form that is taken, and there will be a reaction within here driving us up to that point. And the same thing happens again. Doesn't always give us an entry point. But in this case, it just goes higher. Now you'll see inside of here, we go up higher. The same principle applies. When you have a low situated here, you have a high here. Price takes it out and pushes up to the high, right? The same thing. This high is put in. We have a low and we have a low. Price takes these out, runs up to the high. So we always have to reference off of what direction is price traveling in. Going on, Akram, hope you're well. I'm doing good, thank you, my man. Hope you're doing well. I was just recapping, some of the basic principles in terms of what we're looking for the market to do. So it's the same here, right? We had a high. Price took the high, reacted, didn't come down to the low. That's when we've had the bullish push now, right? So the probability of price reacting here and dropping is just as likely, but it's more likely to come down, take out a low, and again give us a short-term move up. Now the reason for that is because we're looking now at a different pricing movement. Now I'll explain that by this. Okay? Look at this gap here. This is defining our institutional direction. We now have an upwards move. So unless we come down and clear this space, which we will mark, our bias is going to change. What's your thoughts on the price action during the election? Do you recommend the intraday trader to size down? To be honest, I would always be cautious. I mean, it's one of those things where the election itself is gonna, well, it's been happening for a little while, hasn't it? So it's the actual decision that you want to stay out of the way of. But in terms of sizing down, it might be worth sizing down. I truly believe the markets are going to move in whatever direction they want to move in. I mean, even if you look at COVID, it was almost like price needed to go down there to go long, right? It needed to go down there to go long, and it did go down there, and then it went long. So I honestly believe price will do whatever it's going to do, but I would just use caution around the actual time of the decision. Up until it, I don't think there'll be anything drastic that will shift pricing, personally anyway. Going back to what I referenced there on COVID. COVID was here, right? This big drop. Look at all it did. All it did was mitigate. Not this low, sorry. This low here, mitigated this low. Pushed up. Created a new low, mitigated that. Pushed up, and then we had this big old boom. Then we had the long-term shift afterwards, right? But I wouldn't say that that is a crazy, extraordinary shift, And that is the COVID movement. The same thing, we go across here. All it did was take out these lows and then push up through the highs. And then it took out the high. Well, no, did it take out the high? No, didn't take out the high, but it took out all of the highs except for this high. And then it continued that movement, right? This is why our bias is down for the higher time frame on this, because we're pretty much creating liquidity across the lows. pretty much gives you a range that looks like that. So we've played up into the upper end, and we're looking for that expansive move down into the lows. What's going on, Zephyr? Hope you're well. I'm doing good, thanks, bro. It's crazier on indices. What, the COVID drop? Or just in general? I mean, even that's clean. Taking out the lows, big push off. That's clean. I tried Nasdaq. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. Yeah, just be cautious. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't rule out trading. Just be cautious of when they're making, like, big announcements. The main thing. So the Euro end trade, I don't know if anyone took that with us yesterday, but that ran really nice up to target. Now, when we've looked back onto the 4-hour time frame, we have this low here. So I honestly think we're going to come take out these lows. Because it done it here. Put in the high after a really sort of sluggish move. You see the way it's like quite compressed. Took out all the lows and then boom, new high. Then it took the high, sluggish move, take out the lows, expand again. I was just tracking the liquid transfer at this high. I believe this is daily high. Yeah. So this this daily high was taken out. And there was a real nice little transfer. I think it was like 3 a.m. Crazy time. Yeah, it was literally 3 a.m. Really nice bearish gap opened up. Space delivered. Price played beautifully out of it. Excuse me. But now it's coming back up again. So we're coming up to mitigate some of these points. Could liquidate that high, because that is the Asia high as well. And then play lower again. But I believe if we go onto the daily, we're in a similar position that we are on Euro USD, which is this gap could form. Has everyone had a good week so far? I was saying as well just before the majority of you guys joined that our partners NestSab just closed out another 5% for this month. They're doing good. Doing real good. So does anyone have any requests for pairs they want me to look at? Obviously I have this selection of pairs here, but it doesn't really serve any purpose unless you trade them, right? So we had a sweep of liquid here as well on NAS 100, but this is lowest volume trading period. It's like 1 a.m. So you're not going to trade off of that because the principle's not the same. It's not a transfer of liquidity. So we've got a 4-hour low right here. So we are quite a few points out of there. 5% profit, you mean? What did I say? What did I say? Oh god. ACAD. Yeah, I'll take a look at ACAD. No problem at all. Let's go over to ACAD then. So ACAD, so we'll start the same way we do with every single chart. We'll wipe this off. We'll go to the daily time frame. And we're going to reference what price is doing currently. What is price doing right now? Traveling down. We can see this. We can see the last institutional gap is bearish. So we know that the big money is currently pushing price down. Now, if you'd have followed the same principle, let's just rewind to like here, okay? And let's say we've done the same thing. We said, right, price is currently traveling down. Last institutional movement down is here. We know that Institute's moving price down. Bear in mind, this is a daily time frame. They closed 5%. Yeah, 5% profit. They closed another 5%. Yeah, yeah, closed 5% profit. If that was unclear. So we would have been correct from that bias for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 days on the trot. So let's do the same thing again. Daily high. Potential daily high. Again, that's only a potential daily high. So let's mark these up. Okay. Daily low, which is going to be a target. So right now we have our point that we want price to go to, so we can enter. And we have a price that we want, a level, sorry, that we want price to go to. So we know that we want something along the lines of this. Or, this is a daily time frame, so this is the larger scope. But let's go over to the 4 hour. So this is a 4 hour high as well. 4 hour high as well. This is also a 4 hour high. And we can look again in here. We have a few highs in here. Now, well, I can let you guys into a little secret in a minute once well, it's not a secret, but I can't disclose too much information. But I'll let you in for a little secret in a minute. So we've got liquidity highs right here. So this is the 4 hour chart. So if we get up to here, we can look to sell down to that low. If we get to these points, we can look to sell down to that low. If we get up to here, we can look to sell down to that low. But by probability, we know that the market movement is most likely going to be down. Any upwards moves will only bring us to points that we can reference to sell lower. So please keep in mind that you only want to trade off of a point of relevance. Now, I can only see one point where there may be an entry, which is here. So we're going to go to the 15-minute at this point, and we're going to look and see, and I'll show you the relevance if it gives us that principle, okay? So our bias would have been bearish still, and we would have been targeting this low, or this low at the time. So let's go down and look and see if it actually gave an entry point. Remember, we'll be looking at the same thing here. Let's just move this stuff out of the way quickly. Okay, so our bias is bearish. We're looking at 4 hour highs like I showed you a second ago. So we've got here, here, and here. And then we've got higher points. We know they don't go there, so leave that. Go down to the 15. News incoming, yeah. Okay, we'll just play this through. Right, price takes that out. What time are we? Okay, we're still well within the market period. Okay, let's see if we get a gap. We do. Do we get a pullback to this point so we can sell from here? That's the question. We don't know if we do. It's an 8R, that's pretty crazy. No pullback. It's a shame. But that's the idea. Actually, we're down to this low, aren't we? That's a 10R, that's a crazy trade. But no pullback, unfortunately. That's the principle we need to apply consistently over a long period of time, and you'll see good results from that. And again, this is data proven. It's not something not proven over the space of a week. It's proven over the space of close to 2 years. Cool. So we're going to set some alerts up here. And we're going to set an alert here. Okay, I don't trade this pair, but take a look at it. Well, I mean, to be honest, Rochelle, You have probably watched the Keep It Simple series. If you haven't, go and watch it. You'll be able to replicate exactly what I just showed you on your own chart. So that's the beauty of this system. It's so simple that you will be able to replicate it yourself with ease, and it takes minutes. You know, it's not something that you have to sit and spend hours analyzing. But hopefully that's helpful to you. So I'm just marking up these levels and looking to sell away from those. Let's see what we got for the news coming in. News, 5 minutes. Till USD news. Okay, that's going to be pretty choppy, I reckon. So we've got our GJ position. We're looking to run through the highs. Euro, we're still pushing high on this. Oh yeah, the little secret I was going to let you guys in on. Of course, no problem at all. And like I say, if you haven't already watched the Keep It Simple series, go over and watch that. It only takes about an hour to watch the whole thing. Please send us Keep It Simple link. Yeah, so I'll send it in the chat. But you can just find it on the YouTube homepage, on the YouTube homepage, but our homepage. But I'll send a link to it right here. So bear with me, and I'll get the link. Okay. Bear with me, guys. So not long till news, so keep that in mind. Okay. Waiting for chat to load. Remember, if you are enjoying the stream so far, then give that little thumbs up button a hit. We'd appreciate it. So we're just going to set an alert here. And you'll see this scenario playing out over and over and over and over and over. We trade from the sweep of the low. Price runs high. What did we do down here? Remember this? You guys remember this setup. We swept down here and price gave us a beautiful move. News and monthly close. Yeah. Okay, right here. Keep it simple. Go. So this is what I said before as well. You know, make sure that you spend the time to actually watch it, because a lot of people skim content. I'm not saying my content necessarily, but a lot of people skim content. I'm guilty of doing it myself. I mean, I'm not watching educational videos, but when I watch a video, I will skim certain bits. But it is important that if you're trying to learn a concept and a process, not to skim it. Actually take your time. Use a notepad, you know, take notes and really absorb the information. And you can even watch it on 2 times speed and watch it twice. You know, then you're watching the same content twice, but it's taking you the same amount of time. Life hacks, right? What's going on, Shopmaster? I hope you're well. Hope you're good, my dudes. Okay, so nothing on there. Watch it and backtest it. Exactly. Watch it and backtest it, because that's what's going to give you the confidence to actually deploy it. Also, do you guys remember the long from GU yesterday? We didn't take this. We were looking to take it yesterday. The long from GU yesterday, we were looking to run it to this high. I mean, ultimately, we're looking to sell. We're looking to sell from these highs. The daily gap is not open. Doing good? Yeah, good, man. That's what we love to hear, brother. when you see it. How simple you can't unsee it. Exactly. I know, you can't unsee it. That's the thing as well. It's one of those, it's almost like it's almost like you're lifting a veil, you know? Once it's happened, you're like, hold on a minute. I spent so much time drawing lines and dots and arrows and boxes, when really I just need to look at where the big guys are, wait for them to interact, and if something tells me it's there, look to get involved, right? And that is, because it's so simple, this is what's allowing us to build our automated trading bot around it. So the automatic trading bot is getting a little bit of a leg stretch this week. We're looking to, not this week, sorry, next week. We're looking to get some initial testing done. Some first points of sort of proofing, if you were. Okay, news is in. Strong for the US. Strong for the US. All of them are positive. Every single one, except for a couple neutral. So expect the US dollar to push these currencies down, which is the direction we expect them to travel in, remember? Keep an eye on this. I wondered, what do you think about what to do when inside of your trade? So you're in a trade and there's a new setup created in the same direction. Do you change your stop loss and take profit accordingly? Well, this is going to be dependent to the individual, but let's have a look at it. And yeah, it's not a massive move. Let's take a look at GN. Okay, so go GN. Okay, so our bias direction here, GN, is up. We're looking for bullish moves. See, this is one of those pairs where it gave a bearish bias move here and ran bullish. That's one of the... There's not many examples where you'll see that, but it does happen. I'm interested to know if maybe in some brokers there's a gap here. But again, we'll look into that in a minute. So, right, so from here, I'm guessing you're referring to this, right? Referring to that being swept out. We go down to the 15. That was taken. What time is this? 12 o'clock. So you may have incurred a loss right here if you took a long from that. You put your stop there, that would have spiked down. That's probably news though with that kind of movement. Regardless. Yeah, I'd say it's definitely news. But regardless, you could have been swiped out from there. Then price action comes back down. Does it take the low? But it gives an entry at that point. Stop below the low. You're referring to the setup on the 1 hour. Oh, look. Ah, right. Yeah. I see. Yeah, so what you're looking at is initially here to go long, and then another setup there. All right. So a double bullish setup. First one was honestly massive. I probably would have tried to reduce this down to 50%. And then the second one was like a little sniper entry almost. So the options you have on that, because in this case you'd be trading within drawdown. It's all dependent on what you're risking, whether you're willing to apply risk to a trade you're already in, or if you have a set risk level that you're not willing to exceed, and if you do exceed it, then it's going to invalidate your trading plan. So, for example, excuse me, if this was the trading bot, the automatic trading bot on an hourly time frame, it would be programmed to trade it with less risk. So it'd be programmed that if you're already running a trade, you will trade this one with less risk. So then what you can ultimately do is, at the point of this trade being back at break even, you'd be able to close this trade at break even and run the less risk trade, but with the same amount of profit. Because the reason I say that is if you trade it to the high, okay, and you trade this from here, that's a 2R, this is an 8R. So even if you use less risk, because of the risk reward, it's going to end up being equivalent to the same amount of profit. So if I reference this again, if this is 8R and this is 2R, it means that this is going to give you, if you use 0.25%, the same reward as this, right? Going to give you the same. But this one you're risking less, this one you're risking more. That's always going to be the defining factor. How much are you putting on the table at one point? So there is no true answer to should you adjust your profit and stop accordingly. It's more of a case of what is your personal risk basis, and adjust it based off of how you want to trade it. Oh, right, okay. Is the target high still the high from the first setup? So if you're using this principle, it shouldn't matter whether you have one setup fails, yeah, then you have another setup runs partial, then you have another setup. Your target should always remain the same, especially if you're using daily as your targets. Getting good at writing on there. Daily as targets, and then the 1 hour as your entry. If you're using these two principles, this will always be the same. So, for example, entering here, entering here, entering here, always be the same, and your targets will always be the same, unless they change on a daily basis. So, the daily time frame offers a new high. Then you would target that short term, target that long term. So if we go back to the daily, you're still going to be referencing the same high, right? Which is going to be your daily high. So your target won't change. But the stop that your logo's underneath could possibly change. And remember, the hourly to daily basis that I show in the Keep It Simple series is like the most basic version of this system. So applying another time frame can give a lot more consistency in terms of results. But I mean, if you've taken both of these trades here, which I have a funny feeling you probably have, then you're laughing anyway, because you're already sitting there at 1 to 2, and then BE you could close out at a 2R profit straight away, or you're protected, way before. So it's whatever works for you, and this is what I've said before. Don't change if it works, but make sure you apply the principles that are being taught, which I know you are, Shotmaster. I'm sort of talking to other people. But yeah, that's great work. Nice spot on the setup there. Really, really well spotted. Nice trades. So Euro G, really high push up through these. GU surprisingly hasn't followed suit. GU starting to push back down. I don't know why I'm on the hourly. GJ, sorry. We'd be on this around the around the 800 mark, so around here, give or take around there. That's just to give us a small amount of profit to cover any commissions or spread or anything like that. We could reduce it down and just put ourselves at true BE, but it's always worth covering a little bit. Oh yeah, the little secret I was going to let you guys in on is if our partners, Nesab, bear in mind they've closed 5% profit already, if they close out the current positions that they are in on Euro USD, that's as much information as I can give you, but they will close out approximately another 5% profit. That'll be 10% for this month. And I can't elaborate any more than that, fortunately. So that's really, really good. So remember, guys, if you are enjoying the stream and you think you know somebody that might enjoy the stream as well, then share the stream with them and let's grow together as a community, as a society, as individual traders. Remember, like I've said before, these streams aren't monetized. I'm not asking you to donate to me. I'm not asking you to join any of the paid memberships that we offer. I'm not telling you to do anything that you have to do. You know, I've said if you want to make your own brokerage, if you want to make your own private trading account with your own funds, you can use my affiliate link. If you want to be mentored one-to-one by me because you like the way I teach and you like the stuff I show, you can do that. It's also a paid option. You can join the paid VIP. There's plenty of things that you can do, but I don't make you do any of them. So just sharing and commenting and hitting the like button and just being an active member of the community is more than enough as far as I'm concerned. As well as, what was the other thing? Forgot. Yeah, I mean, shows. I completely forgot what I was going to say on that second half there. But yeah, it's honestly that's all we want. You know, we're not trying to get you to do anything crazy out of reach. You know, our job is to be the well, it's funny you say that, Akram. It's funny you say that because in the brochure, which I will show you right now, that is exactly what they showcase in their 10-year backtesting, that they outperform the S&P 500. I'll show you. Now, I believe this may be a slightly older. Here it is. Okay. So let's get this full screen. There we go. Nice. Okay. Oh, gosh. So this is the building their office is in. This is where I visited. You can go over and check out my LinkedIn and all the good stuff, and you'll see the pictures from that. Again, you can take your time to, up to 10% quarterly, all that kind of stuff, right? You guys, 5 and 8% volatility. You guys don't really care about what they're trading in. But I'll show you down here. So the algorithm, where is it? Here. This is what we're looking at. Now this black line is the S&P 500. Okay. This blue line is the NESAB algorithm. And again, this is from a backtesting software that's run automatically. It's an algorithm, so there's no human intervention. In this case, it's a 486% return. And this isn't actually, it's not even 10 years, it's 4 years. 2020 to 2024. This includes COVID. COVID was there. So, yeah, pretty good, right? So if hands-free investing is your thing, contact me and I can connect you with the right people. But that's enough of that. I have a quick phone call to take, guys, and I will be right back with you. We back, baby. Oh shit. That was my partner. She was FaceTiming me because our little boy Hudson, who is obviously like 5 months, he's dressed as Mike Wazowski for Halloween. Little Mike Wazowski. Little Mike. Okay, so right now we don't have a huge amount to look at. Euro A blasting through those highs, absolutely blasting. So I decided, guys, that I'm not going to upgrade my phone. Decided I don't need a new phone upgrade. My phone works perfectly well. I also have a very bad habit of dropping my phone or leaving it in a really bad place, like on my seat, and then sitting on it. Or letting it fall down the side of my car seat, or just some stupid shit, you know? And so I thought, you know what, I'm not going to bother doing that. Instead, I think I will buy a new rifle. What I've decided. Yeah, big short squeeze here. I'm looking for a nice run of this low. Let's get an alert on that. I also, gee, you ain't doing nothing. Yeah, I know. GU's just sort of lingering around. I mean, it has gone up very slightly. Very, very slightly. It's gone up by 2 pips. Come on, that's a good move. Yeah, I also have a very overwhelming itch to purchase a katana. I don't know why. Don't know what it is. I just have a very. I just want a folded steel katana. That's. I don't know why. I have nowhere to. No, I don't even have a garden. I live in an apartment. I have nowhere to use said katana. I have no reason to own it. I feel like they're just beautiful things to look at, you know? Go back to Dogecoin. Remember we were looking at Dogecoin yesterday? We were looking at longs on Dogecoin. Must have been. You got a katana. Exactly. Look, it's the same thing. Why do you have that? Why do you have that katana? No other reason except for the fact it's cool, right? So much vibes, exactly. Vibes. Like, I'll have that katana in my office above my two. I'll show you guys the setup that we have right now. I'll show you the setup and then I'll show you what I'm thinking. So, I'm going to send this image to myself. Then I'll put it on the stream. Remember, guys, if you're not already a member of the Discord, link for that is down below. Join that Discord completely free. Bear with me 1 second, guys. I by legally I have to block out the screen on the right because it's not my property. So not that you guys will probably be able to see it anyway. That's the setup right now. Okay. That's the setup we've got right now. I'm thinking sack off the whiteboard, get rid of that. And then katana. That's some samurai shit. That'll be dope, right? That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I can see right now. That stream that you can see open is the stream that we're in right now. And the reason why I had to block that screen on the right hand side is because that is the read-only account for NESAP. So I'm not allowed to disclose information other than basic percentage gains and position hold. And that's because of the algorithm they use is a very valuable one. So I can't be the one in trouble for leaking that information. Yeah, wouldn't that be dope? I reckon that would be dope. Or rifle above. Nah, fuck that. I want to keep the rifles at home. But that would be vibes, right? That would be pure vibes. Show you the air rifle I'm looking to get. And if anyone's new to the stream, we don't just look at katanas and air rifles all the time. It is something that we're doing because the markets are quite slow right now. Yeah, this bad boy. This is a screenshot off of a video, but you'll get the general gist. This, the Air Arms S510TR, I think it is. Obviously there's things you can take off, and then someone's put that scope on there, so you can choose your own ones, etc. But it's quite expensive, so I haven't committed to anything yet. Obviously Christmas coming up and that, I'm thinking maybe after Christmas it might be, someone might be selling one, because I'm quite inclined to just buy a used one, because they're the kind of products that don't really wear out. Where I go to the gun club, there's a lot of people that can put me in the right direction. I don't need to buy a brand new one. Thing with buying, it's kind of like buying a used car. Buy a brand new car, you end up in the garage like every 5 to 10 months. Buy a used car, you're generally going to have a much better time. It's like the car that my dad purchased. He purchased a brand new BMW. God, what was it? 340 or a 440? I can't remember. It was an E version, right? So it had an electric battery in. He was in the garage more than he was on the fucking road. It was crazy. It was crazy. Nice car. He actually ended up writing that off. Yes. For some reason he decided to go down a one-way street. Gold short target 2760. There is 30-minute imbalance there. Yes. Do you trade daily? Most of the time I like to, but I don't always. The reason for that is because there isn't always a trade for me to take. And again, it showcases itself in this back testing here. I'll show you. Bear with me. Fine, how many tabs do I have open? Alright, 1 second. Load this up. Okay, so here. So this is Forex Tester 5. Okay, now there is a newer version, Forex Tester 6, but this is Forex Tester 5. So, and you can see on this chart here, there's no BSing. You can see that this is a losing trade, and this is a losing trade. So there's 2 losing trades on the screen. So there's no bullshit in here. We have done 120 days on this test. 4 months in total. Trades per day, 0.3. So it means ultimately you're probably taking a trade every 3 days on average. Net profit 10k, which actually puts us over 100% in profit. And you can see, there's all the information that you want to see there: max profit, max loss. Obviously, the loss scales according with the account. The account size is 10k. Where is it? 1 second. Here you can see loss or profit there. Let me open this up. You can see all the trades here. This is what you probably want to see, right? You want to see all this. Stop auto. Honestly, I love Windows, but I hate Windows at the same time. Let me see if you can see that properly. Yeah, so here you can see the winners and the losers. And the ones that say 0 are cancelled orders. There's a lot of cancelled orders. You can see that. A lot of cancelled orders. Couple trades in a losing trades in a row. But yeah, 10k profit initial deposit, and then that's what we're at right now. Okay, so keeping that in mind, the probability of seeing a trade every day is relatively low, but you've also got to factor in that this data is accumulated across one pair. So add in other pairs, and you're probably going to see around 1 trade per day. But that is if you're taking into consideration, again, the fact that some of the trades in that back testing may not have actually been taken by yourself. Reason for that is because of time zone. If you're in a different country, that's based off UK time. Also, let's just say the day, for example, like my mother's birthday, I didn't trade up until 4 o'clock like I would normally. There may have been a trade at 2 o'clock I didn't take. You know, there's lots of factors you've got to bring into it. You know, anyone can backtest data and go, I'm fucking, you know, I'm winning. But in reality, things happen. You know, real life gets in the way. It's not always as clean cut as the data shows. And there are scenarios where it is clean cut, you know. But yeah, it's a really good software as well. I actually am in contact with the guys that own this. So we did get a discount code for it, but the pricing of the actual product itself is a little bit expensive. So yeah, it's one of them. Really good software though. Really good software. Oh, as if we've just swept that high. Okay, got up this. Second, guys, I'm just gonna turn the temperature. So yeah, this is the kind of backtesting data you need to actually statistically prove to yourself that you should be able to confidently execute a trade. And this is another thing that you need to remember. Probability comes into it. This is a 66 to 34%, and I believe it would probably level back down to around 55 to 54%. So a 50-50 hit ratio, which means every other trade you take is most likely going to lose. Is we taking out this high right here? How much? Well, it's not like super crazy, but I think it was, if I remember rightly, with our discount, it was still like $300, which is a lot. I think is a lot personally. When I think you can get, I don't know how much FX Replay is. That's why I have access to that software for free. How much is FX Replay? Let's see. So FX Replay is £35 a month, or £350 a year. So I would argue that FX Replay may even be better. I can't even speak. I would maybe even argue that, yeah, you know, that could be a better product for the price. But it's one of them. J4X4? J4X4. I've never heard of that one. Oh, is it? On like. That's a very obscure one, that one. I can't really find much on that. Is it any good? That's the question. Is it any good? Okay, so just going to set an alert on this. Bearish. This is why I like this indicator, the imbalance indicator by Lux Algo, because it's just so simple, you know. Like conditions here, bearish, done. The bearish gap's created now. We can actually euro here, bearish gap. Once per bar close. Euro still dicking around. Euro N doing nothing right now. Okay, so there's the move on GU that we were looking at. DJ still running, baby. Okay, so that order can be cancelled out. Way too far up. Euro A is just running targets. We're not getting any pullback on that at all. We haven't hit that target yet, but it probably will. So remember, guys and girls, if you are not a member of the Discord already, then join with the little link down below. You will enjoy it. And if you're not already a subscriber to the channel, which I imagine most of you are, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. So our goal is to reach 3K by the end of the year. I feel like that is super achievable. That's why when I say share the stream with your friends and share our content with your friends, it's to help that growth. You know, we want to see people improve and grow. Like when you guys join the live stream and you say, I'm in this trade, or I'm taking this trade, or I took this trade, and it's all based off of something that you learn in under an hour. Or, okay, let's say you learn within 2 hours, which to me is insane in itself. I'll show you guys the post that I put up on my Instagram. I think this is my login. maybe not. Let's see if I can get on there. 1 second, guys. For some reason I can't remember my login. Oh, worked. I'm $1 million baby. Hell no. All good, brother. Have a great one. Mind how you go, my friend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the rest of your week. And I'll catch you on Monday. Peace and love. Okay, so... Got me losing my mind. I ain't never read the same, baby. Okay, is this my actual account? Yeah. Alright, so what I was going to show you guys. Okay. This is me right here, right? See all my ugly ass pictures. I posted this real picture, right? Got loads of comments and stuff on it. Really cool. It's this from my visit to Kuwait, the NESAP HQ headquarters. Okay. Amazing trip. Amazing trip. Obviously, real good time. Nothing but vibes and blessings right there. I lost 25 followers because I posted that. Which to me is the most backwards thing ever. Look, I don't care. You can see that I barely post. I'm not posting for I'm not posting for clout. I just post things that are significant to me in my life, right? And I think that is a good representation of the general attitude of most people nowadays. And that is a case of they will push themselves away from you if they think you're doing well, and people will distance themselves from you through jealousy and envy. So remember that you always do the things you do in life to benefit yourself and the ones that really are important to you. So don't spend your time, chasing clout and doing all the stuff that people think they should be doing, Just focus on you, focus on the work, focus on the things that are important to you. I remember as well that time is the most valuable currency of all. People online spend a lot of their time hating. So don't let them draw you into that negative bubble. It's just a little message I thought you guys would find important. Because a lot of people, not me, but a lot of people would have been super upset over losing 25 followers. Me, I couldn't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't care who these people are, right? If you don't care that I'm doing good, then that shows that you're just a loser, unfortunately. anyone that is on a level neutral sort of mind frame should be happy to whoever it is that's, achieving in life. And the same goes for you guys. Whether you're just learning a concept or whether you're brand new to trading, wherever it is that you are, I'm happy for you that you're making improvements. And that's why I do what I do, because I want to see you guys improve and grow. I want to visit Kuwait. I want to visit Kuwait too. Met a Kuwaiti guy in Nepal. He was the nicest person ever. That is something that I will say. They are the nicest people ever. Something that I will say is like Kuwaitis are the most welcoming people, and even the Kuwaitis that couldn't speak English done their best to try and communicate with me and tell me welcome, and they couldn't even speak English. So massive props to all of the Kuwaitis, because they're all amazing. They really are. So here, nice person ever. Can you also recommend it for a few days trip? Yes, 100%, 100%. Yeah. The standard of food they have out there is insane. Some of the sites that they have out there are insane. If you were to go for like a 2-day trip, this would be my personal opinion on what to do. And again, you don't have to go to these places to spend money. Just go there for the experience. Number one on the list of places that you should visit when you go to Kuwait is 360 Mall. No, not 360 Mall. 360 Mall is a big one. The Avenues. I'll show you on here on this post. Okay. On this post, this is the picture of the Avenues. Where is it? Here, that's indoors. That's a shopping centre. You cannot see. Oh, I can't even zoom in. You cannot see the end of this. This is the biggest inside shopping centre you have ever been to in your life. It is insane. It is insane. Go to there. Go to. Where else? Oh. Are you going to be going on your own? Or are you going to be going and meeting Kuwaitis? Because there's a couple places where I would recommend going, but I wouldn't recommend going on your own. Not because of safety, just because it's like a maze. And if you get lost in there, you could be lost in there for ages. I can't remember the name of the place where I went, but it was a traditional Kuwaiti market. And it was like a maze. There was just shops, inside of like the craziest things. But the best food, the best atmosphere. I was walking around the only white dude. I stood out like a mile. People don't give you dirty looks. People aren't rude. Everyone's so. It's such a nice place. It's a really nice place. I can't remember the name of it, but you have to go to a couple of the. Oh, okay, cool. We'll say to him about the traditional market. I can't remember the name of it. But it's. Let me see if I've got a picture of it on here. I think I've got a picture. Show you. And one of the restaurants there, you eat with your hands. You don't eat with cutlery. That was an experience. Okay, let me find it. Oh, also, guys, we saw the Northern Lights in the UK the other day. We saw the Northern Lights in the UK the other day. I took a picture of it. Wild experience. But yeah, that was crazy. Let me find a picture of the outdoor market. There's some funny pictures of my son on here. Okay, here. 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 Cool. Alright, I'm going to get these pictures up for you guys. Okay, first picture. The Northern Lights that we saw in the UK. Now, this was a picture that I actually took myself. Took it outside. Obviously. These are all new back gardens that have been built. But yeah, we could see that. This looks like some sort of prison here with all these gardens. What it is, pretty much, you got like 3 houses here, and then 3 houses here, and then these are their gardens. That makes it look really stacked in, but it's really not. But yeah, crazy. And then here's a picture from the outside market. So you can see, look at this, see the way there's like loads of shops, and like this is just one of the pathways, and then you go into these buildings, and then there's like loads of different areas in there as well. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like it really was, and it's not like everyone that I've spoke to were like, "Oh, I bet they're trying to call you in the shops and that." No, like no one tried to get me to go into the shops. No one told me to buy anything. You go in and have a look. They just go hi, goodbye. You know, so calm and peaceful. And this was the place that There's something you'll notice as well, actually, guys. Let me bring this picture back here. Notice how many people there are in this image. Not a single speck of rubbish. Not a single speck of rubbish. There's no rubbish on the floor. You don't see rubbish on the floor. And the reason I mentioned that now was because right here, everyone's like, "Ah, he's lying." That's a cat. That's a cat with 2 food bowls. But yeah, again, no rubbish. This is the restaurant I ate. I ate on the first floor. That was where I ate. No cutlery. Insane. Insane. It's so good. It was like one of the single most unique experiences. Market's so quiet right now. Crazy. Somehow they are seen way more often, more southern last month. Oh yeah, I know, right? Yeah, the Northern Lights have been crazy. The thing is, it didn't look like that with the naked eye. You had to take a picture of it for it to be looking like that. So we've got 1 minute left on this, and then you have potential for pricing to sell from here. So 1 minute 42. What am I saying? Not 1 minute 42 at all. 36 seconds. We've got an alert on this, so we'll know. Maybe this. We're looking for this to come down into these lows. Euro looks like it's gearing up to go high. Asia high. Cool. Confirmed. First target. Second target, third target, fourth target, all the way down to the lows, right? Remember to risk what you're willing to risk. Don't overdo it. I'm already in this risk-free. Okay, I'll be back in a second, guys. Back. Alright, let's go. You, Chef. Taking out the lows. So we're looking now. From here, we're looking for a nice little gap to open up. That looks suspicious. We're looking for gap to open up. Okay. Let's just see. Yeah, taking out the lows. Euro pushing up real high there. So we triggered into this. Again, if we take a loss, we take a loss. But remember what we're doing. We're following a rule set and a basis that is given to us through data, not given to us through our wants and desire to trade. This didn't take out the high, and so be it. Yeah? What it is. Okay, see if we can get to 10 likes. We're at 7 already. See if we can get 3 more likes. Gold dumping right there. Dumpies. Okay, so you, Chef, we're going to look at price action taking out these lows here. So remember, guys, if you want to join the shortlist for the EA, you can do that with a link given in the chat. And you can, of course, find the link in the Discord if you can't find it in the chat for whatever reason. Gold is falling. I know, man. It is. But does it surprise you? Because of think about the principle that we've shown and said many times. When we have moves like this, price has to correct itself to come down to a better point of pricing. So then Institute are willing to buy back up again. We took the previous high. We're now dropping down. We've taken a low, not giving us anything. So we're looking for price to come down into these lower points. It doesn't have to, obviously. So we'll just see what it wants to do. We know where this is right now. Let's get it. From here. If it wants to give us a valid entry point. Now, of course, if you don't know what a valid entry point is, if you're watching this right now, head over to the Keep It Simple link, watch that series, and you will know exactly what I'm talking about. But I already think that most of the people in here know exactly what I'm talking about. Gold is tumbling. Tumbling. So we want AU. This is the target we have for AU. And we expect this to come down and take it, don't we? So Euro N absolutely scorching. Scorching. +4 likes given. Cheers, Nick. Appreciate it, my dude. Euro tapped in. We're starting to reject now, but until we see like major points taken, it means nothing. We could still easily just take our stop out. Let's go to ACAD. Wasn't it ACAD earlier? Yeah. Remember what we said when we were looking at this chart? We said probability is pricing will fall. We have points that we want to enter, sell to, but we know probability tells us price will fall. Big old down movement. Beautiful. You honestly can't beat the simplicity and consistency of directional bias given with the system. You can't beat it. Euro GBP. Euro GBP done a similar move here. Taking out all these lows. See what we got. So entry points here. Pricing didn't give us that entry, which is a shame. Again, it's not really a pair that I look at that often, to be honest. Okay, what is the time right now? 20 to 2. Go and just blasting up. Let's go to the higher time frame here. That will be your next target point. If we just consistently keep soaring like we are, that's what we'll be aiming for. Super clean expansion. Remember guys, you can put in chat if you want me to look at a certain thing. For example, this is still playing around at this point. Honestly, we would expect it to have rejected by now. It hasn't, so it's not the best start to the entry, but again, you don't base how probable your entry is off of a short-term reaction until price decides to play out. You know, it could hang around here and then fall. It could come up into your stop area, then fall. You don't know until you let it play out. It's the reason why you have those parameters in place. And they wanna run around, chase me. Why too hard? Can you compare me? Oh. Cool. Okay, so you chef dipped. You chef dipped. That is a dip in if I ever saw one. Let's just set an alert on this, shall we, so we don't miss anything. Set an alert on imbalance detector for bullish gap per bar close. Create. Go. That is a big dip in. Holy schmoly. Damn, brother. Let's pull the volume up here. Big volume too, so Institute could be getting in here. Let's see. Okay, guys. If you haven't already signed up to the shortlist for the bot, then you can. It's not an obligation to buy. It's not anything more than an information shortlist and a discount if it's something that you are interested in when we release it. But you can find that in the Discord and in the link here. Shopmaster, gotta go. Have a good rest of your stream. Cheers, man. Appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you tomorrow. We'll be wrapping this stream up pretty soon anyway. It's getting on towards 2 p.m. So Euro still messing around at this point here, but again, it's irrelevant as to what the initial reaction is. You don't always have an immediate takeoff in every trade. So this alert on NAS 100. Oh, nice dip in on NAS. That's cool. Is that a daily? No, 4 hour. Cool. Yeah. Okay, guys. We don't have long left of this stream. Remember, if you want to join the Discord, you can. The link is there. All of the links are in the description down below. Looking for... Let's see. I think... Yeah, Andre took a nice oil trade earlier. Andre took this oil trade, which isn't loading. I'll go over to oil. He took it from here. It's a pretty clean move. Big old gap there as well, so I'll be interested to see how that actually plays out. But we'll see. Gold still plummeting down. That's 100. Took the low, but hasn't really given any interaction. U-Chef's the one I'm watching mostly at the moment. Get off. Let's see if this wants to give us an entry to go long here. Very interested with that. We've set an alert so we will know. Remember, you can do exactly the same thing just by following the Keep It Simple series that we've posted on YouTube and applying it to your charts. So guys, I think we're going to wrap it up there, and we will catch everybody in the next live stream. And remember to always stick to your risk, always follow your plan. And of course, thank you for joining me. Thanks for another amazing stream, and I will see you all in tomorrow's live stream. Peace and love, and have a great rest of your day, guys. Mm-mm.